You know, there's people all time saying, "Man, you guys should write a book." And I said, "I wish I could remember all this stuff." And some of it would probably make the book a little spicy, but little town I came from, Osceola, Arkansas, 5,006 population on the sign out at the interstate. I didn't know anybody that sold real estate. I didn't know you could make a living at real estate, so that was pretty big leap of faith for both of us. Kind of life began for us in 1977.
I'm a native of Atlanta. I came to Memphis with International Dairy Queen and felt like needed to get into something where the only person I could blame for my income was myself.
Dick was making the big bucks. He was working for Dairy Queen as a he's the guy that went around and sampled the hot dogs and the Dairy Queen to make sure they weren't using bootleg mix. I was working for a box company making $700 a month. I'm sure he was making more money than that. And I said, how in the world could I sell enough houses to make $700 a month to replace that income? But
I joined a company that Harold had joined maybe 3 months before I did, and we got to know each other there, and we were both sort of quiet. Harold was pretty shy, but
Harold's shy guy.
We complimented each other, and I guess that's the biggest thing was getting this thing started. Coming up, we had to come up with a little bit of money, and we had to come up with a lot of trust, and to think that 40 years later, here we are still partners.
Dick, I remember telling my dad only had a high school education, and he was a Arkansas State policeman for like 35 years. When I told him I was going to quit the job that I had that paid a salary, go into real estate business, he said, son, that's a bad idea. He said, you need to stay where you are and make the man a good hand. Make the man a good hand, because from his perspective, that's kind of the way the world evolved. Our grand plan was to have, and our initial space was 1,900 square feet. That was enough for about 15 to 20 agents. And we said, if we can get 15 to 20 agents, boy, we would be happy. So 3,000 agents later. Anyhow, that was a grand plan. That was 6263 Poplar Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee.
We signed that lease on that 1,900 square feet in that high-rise building, and of course, I think I was thinking, well, Lord knows if I can't make these payments, can I move my wife in here? Can we live in this lease space? But it came through. Luckily, we had a good reputation with other realtors in town and agents, and we'd been selling, so they knew us, and we had them start coming with us right away.
We actually outgrew the space before it was totally finished, before the sheetrock and paint got dry. We took more space in the building, and then more space, then opened up the first branch office in Bartlett, and that's just been growth ever since. And I tell you, we weren't real smart on how to do things. We were on the 6th floor, and got those big signs, and the building owner didn't really want us bringing those signs up and down the elevator. So we said, what are we going to do now? So we bought a van, parked it out on Poplar Avenue, out at the right there on the highway, and
big letters of Crye-Leike on it.
Big letters, Crye-Leike Realtors. People accused us of not even having a motor in that van, not even having an engine in it, because it sat there all the time. That was our sign storage area. That was really the beginning of us having sign installers.